change direction. Haha, somebody joined with the host privileges. Okay, so let's start rotating opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's stand straight. Rotate your head right and left. Let's start right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we'll do this movement, which is kind of awkward, but it's fun to do. So you're moving your head, like drawing an O in this surface, in this plane. Let's do 5, one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move the shoulders and synchronize our movements with breath. It doesn't matter which way you go, like inhale or exhale, just synchronize them. Let's rotate our shoulders. Let's do the rotation, which I'll call opening sardines, because it's exactly like this. When you open the can, your body moves like this piece of metal. So let's do inhale, exhale, rotate yourself inwards. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's move to our waist. Just rotate the upper body in one direction. Let's do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we'll do rotation with our hips. Imagine that you're drawing infinity sign in this plane. And so let's rotate in any direction you can imagine, but just draw the figure 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Catch yourself in the mid motion and change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see my knees, which are not moving well. So please embellish this movement. I'll just show you. I'll hint how you move it. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally, we'll move to the joints in our feet. So when we inhale, we'll stand on our toes. Then we exhale, you'll roll to the back of your feet. You'll lift your toes and spread them, okay? So let's do it like several times. It must feel good. I hope you can hear me from here, okay? Just wave if you can. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your toes. Again. Again. Faster. Faster. So this is very small warm-up, but don't neglect warm-ups before your breathing exercises, because it always feels better, trust me, even if this warm-ups are very, very simple. So we'll switch now to the proper Prana Vyayama, which is exercises for making your respiratory system stronger. And the muscles that we're addressing here, are the diaphragm, actually all 3 diaphragms, then intercostal muscles and the neck muscles. So we'll start with the breath which for people who know yoga is familiar. It's called Kapalabhati. And it's pretty much vigorous exhalation with moving your stomach in and automatic inhalation. So inhalation should happen totally naturally, but exhalation should be very vigorous and deliberate. And we'll combine this breathing with moving your hands and arms and actually prancing a little bit. So on the exhale, we'll do this. So we'll do it and just follow my body movements because we'll be moving the pattern a little bit. So this exercise should feel like it's a workout for your stomach, for your abdomen. Let's begin and prepare, because it's Kapalabhati, prepare your Kleenex. Okay, let's begin. Vigorous, vigorous breathing. Like you're playing with volleyball or basketball. Start going up to your side. Try to stretch this side of your body. Move backwards. Finish strong. So every hyperventilation part of our sets will finish with this movement, which is kind of energetic release of the energy. Just feels good, and this feels like you're releasing something. If you feel that you lost your breath, the easy trick to catch yourself and stop from this is just to hang your head below your heart. Just feel totally relaxed, and you will see how immediately the desire to pant, to breathe heavily, will stop. So pull yourself up again. Now we'll do a set of Prana Vyayamas, and each set will have the same logic. We'll start with a very vigorous hyperventilation on the order of 15-20 times. Then we'll inhale, hold our breath, and do the same movement while we're holding our breath. If you feel that you become lightheaded, the way to address this is, well, if it's pleasant lightheadedness and controlled, you can just keep going. But you feel it's a little bit too much, just stop, take a break, and rejoin us. Or you can just stop and wait for the next element of the exercise. So be careful, especially if you're not familiar with pranayama or pranayamas at all. While we're doing that, it's good practice to apply Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is contracting of your pelvic floor, basically all area starting from your sphincter, going to genitals, and this area between these 2 points should be contracted. And it's a good practice for while you do yoga, for example. It's actually it builds the foundation of very strong asanas as well. So anytime you remember to do that, just do that. And I'll try to remind you by showing this, just a fist right here. So try to apply Mula Bandha just across the whole practice. So the first simple introduction would be when we exhale, first of all, make your arms very rigid like this. And when you exhale, you flip your forearms and you hit your shoulders like this. Exhale here, inhale here. Or just the opposite, I'm sorry. Exhale, inhale. So let's do it about, I don't know, 15-20 times. Just follow my lead. Let's begin. Don't feel pity to yourself. Hit your shoulders and use very rigid arms. One quiet inhalation, inhale, exhale. Quiet inhalation till 90%, don't inhale fully. Hold and do the same movement. Let's begin. Then stop early if you feel unpleasant. Before we proceed, I need to introduce you to one important notion, one important understanding about holding your breath. First of all, holding your breath is the foundation of yogic pranayama. Holding your breath is considered preparation for meditation. It cleanses your brain. It eventually might lead to declining of content of oxygen in your blood, in your tissues. But reaching a hypoxia like of level 75% or 80% is very difficult, because before you start losing oxygen, you will start accumulating CO2. And your breathing centers in your brain are extremely sensitive to the level of CO2 in your body. So before you start losing oxygen, you'll have very strong desire to inhale because just CO2 is too high in your system. So if you feel unpleasant, it's normal. So in our school here, we came up with a system which we call traffic lights. It refers to using colors to the emotional physical state which you experience through holding your breath. After hyperventilation, when we actually oxygenate your body with like 100% oxygen, and you wash out of CO2 by this hyperventilation practice, it's easy to hold your breath. So the first zone of holding your breath is very pleasant, and we call it green. It could be even euphoric. It's just really, really pleasant once you learn how to experience it. But it doesn't last forever. All of a sudden, this euphoria and this very even volumetric attention start narrowing, and instead of being euphoric, you become first neutral. And after being neutral, you start feeling like, well, some people just panicking. Some people just experience unpleasant feelings in their extremities. But first of all, the brain will say like, "Are we dying here? We should better start breathing." So this zone is called orange. It's still very tolerable, and but you must learn to overcome this panic and be able to move to the red zone if you want to reach the real advantages of hypoxia. And I can talk about hypoxia and advantages and benefits forever. It's a separate subject, but believe me that the goal of actually all pranayamas. So why we came up with a map, like colored map. If you start noticing your state as you move across in your practice to deeper and deeper holding breaths, you will learn to notice particular changes of your state, which are very particular and specific to different people, which allow you to understand in which stage of holding your breath you are, how much resource you have left. So when we start holding the breaths today, I invite you to start noticing these markers. And today, if you practice the first time, you might not notice anything, but start noticing and maybe writing them down, and it will help with your practice in the future. So now you know about the zones. It's this idea very specific to our school of Andrei Tkachenko. We'll proceed with the next exercise. So the next exercise we'll be doing Bastrika. Bastrika in Sanskrit means bellows breath or bellows breathing. Bellows is this device people use to actually rekindle fire in a fireplace. So it refers to the pattern. Basically, the inhalation and exhalation should be very powerful, very deliberate, very strong. You can grimace to help inhale deeper, but the difference from Kapalabhati, which you did previously, is that inhalation and exhalation will take the same effort. Like this, I'm showing you stomach busting at this point. When you mostly move your stomach, there's also chest bastrika where you mostly move your chest, or full bastrika when you move everything and not just forward, but you try to move it 360. So when you think about full bastrika, it's a cylinder right here which expands in all directions, vertically and horizontally in 360. So we'll start here with with the stomach bastrika. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Okay, let's begin. If you feel lightheaded, just take it easy. Calm inhalation, calm exhalation. Inhalation 90%. Hold your breath and start rotating your arms backwards. Switch directions. A good compensation for such practices are stomach manipulations, and many people in the audience are familiar here, but many people are not. So I'll talk a little bit about Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha is otherwise is known as false inhalation, is then on the full exhalation, you exhale fully. You widen your ribs. Let me show you. Didn't want to show my stomach, but I will. So, okay. So exhale fully. Widen your ribs as much as you can and pretend that you are inhaling, which will pull your stomach deep inside. This is Uddiyana Bandha. It's really good compensation for the practices that we've done. So since we kind of lost the moment to use this Uddiyana for compensation, we use Uddiyana for the next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is called the skier. It's more vigorous exercise belonging to the tradition of Prana Vyayamas. It's an old exercise called the skier. So the movement is very simple. You probably have seen the skier machine in the gyms. So on the inhalation, you go up, you arch your body backwards, your neck continues the line of your spine. On the exhalation, you vigorously move down like this, as if you're going downhill and you're pushing yourself downhill. So it's very pleasant if you can to, when you go up, to go on your toes or even jump if you can, but you don't have to do that. So let's start, let's begin. Inhale, exhale. Jump if you can. It should feel very pleasant. It's very energizing. It's very optimistic exercise. One full inhalation, one full exhalation. Then we'll inhale 90%, apply Mula Bandha, and do the same movements holding the breath. Remember about the zones. Try to go in the first feeling of being a little bit worried, okay, at least. Okay, let's begin. Inhale 90% and start. When you feel it's hard, make sure to relax your throat and face. Whenever I do this exercise in the morning, it's like a second time I wake up. All of a sudden, the clarity, the energy is here. So I highly recommend this Prana Vyayamas when you feel a little bit low and down and need to wake up. To compensate, let's do Rihanna. Inhale, exhale. Pull your stomach in by opening your ribs and hold. The next pranayama is called the pump. It's also very vigorous. The movement is not very easy the first time, but any way you can reproduce this movement will be good enough, as long as you do it with enthusiasm and strength. So the motion goes like this. On the inhalation, you raise your arms up, and you go backwards like this. Then you pull your elbows, and here you do vigorous exhalation. Let's repeat it again. So exhale, inhale, exhale. Do it like you mean it, like you pumping something. So once again, if you forget how to do that, just look at me or do some version of your pump, okay? Let's do it. Let's begin. You should feel warm by now. Jumps are also encouraged. Relax for a second. Inhale 90%, Mula Bandha, and do the same movement holding your breath. Once again, don't forget to relax. As soon as you relax your throat and mouth, actually holding breath is much easier. 90% inhale and begin. Oh, it was enough for me. To compensate, please do Agnisarat Hauti, which is Uddiyana, which I showed earlier, followed by quick release of the stomach. So you kind of flip-flopping your stomach like this. You'll see it's down holding your breath and holding Mula Bandha. And if you know what Jalandhara Bandha, which is basically putting your chin to your neck, you can apply that as well. Okay, exhale. And stop flipping your stomach. Agnisarat Hauti is great in the morning because it massages the internal organs and speeds up all the digestive processes and elimination processes as well. Well, it's enough of Prana Vyayamas. Next. Well, first let me look at your faces. Are you all alive there? Um, how is everybody doing? Okay. Okay, everybody's responding. Somebody's checking the text, I see. Okay, the next one, the next part of our practice will be trying to learn to get to hypoxic state. Okay, let me return to my view here. Um, what we're going to try here is try to reach a slight state of hypoxia when your oxygen goes down. And it's handy to use the time on your phone as well to start recording how long can you hold your breath. And it will not be continuous, this growth, because you'll feel differently every day. So one day you'll have like record holding like 3 minutes, another day you'll have 40 seconds. So don't be too upset about that. It's natural for us to feel different every day. So what we'll do right now, we'll do very, very vigorous hyperventilation. Then we'll do the exhalation to what we call the neutral level. Basically, it's like easy exhalation without forcing any air out, okay? So let's begin. Let's do just several, like 20 maybe Bastrikas, just very vigorous breath. And don't think about you breathing the stomach or chest. Just make sure that's very vigorous and inhalation, exhalations are equal. Let's begin. One full inhalation, exhalation, inhale, then exhale naturally. Don't push any air out, just to the neutral. Stop breathing, close your eyes, and watch what you experience. What do you feel? Green zone, yellow zone, orange zone. Right now, you should still feel pretty pleasant. It helps to move your internal glance, internal direction of your eyes, somewhere in between your eyebrows, helps you to concentrate. Once you start losing this euphoric feeling, oppose it by the full relaxation of your body and mind. First of all, by relaxing your body, you're relaxing your nervous system, and you consume less oxygen. If you feel very unpleasant, you can have a little sip of air just right here without changing too much in your chest, because this actually fools our breathing center in the nervous system and calms it down temporarily. I see many people are still holding. I'll give another 20, 30 seconds. It's very good. Now you can release the retention of breath, relax, and inhale fully. Let's do it one more time without hyperventilation. Just let's inhale fully, exhale to the neutral, and hold again. And this one might be shorter, but surprisingly, for some people, the second retention is longer. Depends, it just depends. Let's hold it again. A good practice to relax yourself in this retention is to apply some tricks of yoga nidra when you start relaxing your body in particular sequence, starting from your toes. Relax your toes, you relax your ankles, and so forth. And you can start applying this technique. But maybe for the second retention, it's enough. I want to try to do one more hyperventilation and hold our breath one more time before we move to meditation. So this particular hyperventilation will be done through what's called Kaki Mudra. Kaki Mudra is breathing through the beaks, through the crow's beak. It's pretty much just you purse your lips very tightly, like you're drinking a liquid through the straw, and you start inhaling air through those very tightly pursed lips. The why we do that, and it looks kind of funny. Uh, it's to um, is to change the balance of pressure. And when you inhale slower than you typically do, you start to experience lower air pressure in your chest. And while you do the same on exhalation, pushing through a very constricted exit, you'll experience higher pressure of air in your chest. So it's really more stark changes of pressure in the chest. A very good exercise for increasing your respiratory system. So let's do the very hyperventilating technique. So it's hard to do more than experienced people do 30, 50. We'll do 10 for today. Second version, like basically you do this. And this is kind of beginner version. Sorry, it's not very pleasant to look at. Second version is to exclude any use of the nose. So you do the same, breathing through the pursed lips, but you actually close your nose like this. You know, I'm sorry, like this. It's actually much easier to do this. Yeah, close your nose. So any version you want to do, try it today. Let's do like about 10. Enough for the first time, yogi friends. Inhale, exhale to neutral, and hold your breath. Fully relaxed. Your eyes internally looking in the ajna center between your eyebrows. Please don't release holding breath before I tell you, because we're going to try one trick here, okay? So hold it a little bit longer. So now, while you're holding it, let's try to contract all our muscles. Everything: face, neck, shoulders, chest, stomach, buttocks, legs, toes. Contract, release, contract, release, contract, release. Surprisingly, this technique actually burns more oxygen in your body, contract, release, but it fools your nervous center into some action. So it's easier to hold the breath. So I don't see anybody contracting anything. Are you guys listening to me? Contract, release, contract, release. All right, let's release. Enough for today. This exercise that we've done right now is called Nishesha Richaka Pranayama. It's Nishesha means full in Sanskrit, Richaka means exhalation, and Pranayama is exercise with prana, with life energy. So the last people are not leaving yet. So the last short period of our practice will be short meditation. And this meditation will be breathing meditation. And I'll try to use several anchors of this meditation. Anchors of meditation is the elements to which you attract your attention and you hold attention to. So we will do, it's actually a subset of what's called chakra dharana, meditation on chakras. But today, to train our attention, we will not use chakras, we just use colors and visualization. So what we're going to do, we're going to imagine that we are inhaling red light through, we start with the left nostril, through the left nostril. You can imagine like this air goes, red air goes through your nostril, through your inner passages. It goes all the way to the crown of your head, where you hold your breath for a couple of seconds and imagine that your whole body becomes shiny white. You just, like a lightning, like white lightning, your whole body is white. Then you exhale. Now you change colors to blue because this cold white light cooled the red through the different nostril. Hold your breath for a couple of seconds. Imagine white again. Inhale red through the same nostril. Hold white. Exhale blue. Hold white. Okay? So I'll lead this exercise so you can follow, and I'll try to remind you about this clues. Okay, close your eyes. Exhale fully. Make sure that you're sitting in a very stable position, which allows you to hold your spine straight for the next 5 minutes. Many of you have a familiar pose, favorite pose, in which you do the meditation, so you can do it in this position. So I'm just sitting in the chair because I cannot bend my knees yet, but you can do it Sukhasana, Vajrasana, whichever you prefer. You can use a meditation chair, pillow. All attention goes inward. Just for a second, imagine a small rainbow light deep inside your chest. This light is the essence of your life. It pulsates next to your heart. All attention towards this inner light. Slowly, this light expands and fills out the whole rib cage, still pulsating, very pleasant. It fills the whole body. The whole body is pulsating with the rainbow light. Gradually, this light crosses the borders of your body and fills the room. You, like deep sea diver, looking at the lights, at the light penetrating the water. but this slide is rainbow colored. Now let's begin. Inhale red light through your left nostril. Goes to the crown of your head. Hold your breath. Imagine your whole body becomes white. Exhale blue light through your right nostril fully. Hold your breath and imagine your body being white. Inhale through the right nostril, red light. Hold white. Exhale blue through the left. Hold white. Inhale red through the left. Hold white. Exhale blue through the right. Hold, imagine white body. Slowly inhale red through the right. Continue on your own. If you forget the sequence, just pause for a second, remind yourself about this pattern, and continue. Finish the breath you're on. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly release your attention to the outside world. You can move your face. Upper lip touches your lower lip. Eyes slowly open. We're back. Well, thank you, everybody. It's already 50 minutes. I went over time. I'll provide the recording to every one of you. And I'm so proud that this multi-international group of people practiced this morning. Till next time. Hey, Julia. Bye, my friends. I'm leaving.